Hey guys, what's up? This is Dylan, and welcome to another episode of Fantasy Premier League. Today, we're just going to be taking a look at a team as I've made some changes again, and we're also going to be taking a look at the opening day fixtures and maybe making some predictions about the results. Without any further ado, let's get on with the video. Here we can see, in goals, I've changed to Petr Cech from Thibaut Courtois as I needed to put another Chelsea player in to hopefully get some more points. The defense has stayed the same with Cesar Azpilicueta, Laurent Koscielny, and Per Mertesacker. My midfield has been changed up a little bit with Victor Wanyama coming in from Southampton. Very good player, and hopefully Southampton and Newcastle can play out a good game. Two obvious choices in midfield for me personally with Eden Hazard and Cesc Fabregas. And next Southampton player is Sadio Mane, who has a record for the fastest hat-trick in the Premier League, which I'm pretty sure is 2 minutes and 56 seconds, but don't quote me on that. And the last of the five midfielders is Moussa Sissoko from Newcastle, who, as I said, hopefully Newcastle and Southampton can play out a good game and get some points on the board for me. My two strikers are Romelu Lukaku and Wayne Rooney. Let's first start off with Lukaku. Hopefully he has a good game playing against Watford, a newly promoted team, and hopefully they can pull off the win and get some points on the board, especially coming from a 14th place finish last year. Next player, and the last player in the starting 11, is Wayne Rooney, who we all know is very hardworking, and you always know you're going to get the best from him, and maybe even a few goals. Playing Tottenham in the first game of the season should be a hard game, although Tottenham coming off the back of a loss against the MLS All-Stars, with Kaká and David Villa getting the goals there. Congratulations to the MLS All-Stars. But yeah, I can see Manchester United pulling out the win, and hopefully Rooney can get a goal. Now onto the bench. I just have some players to fill the bench out, with Mark Schwarzer from Leicester. Hopefully he's a starting keeper ahead of Kasper Schmeichel. I know Kasper Schmeichel is a very good keeper, but Schwarzer has the experience, and I think he's going to go into the season as number one. Don't quote me on that, though. And we have two players from West Ham who are not exactly fantastic, Graham Burke and Reece Oxford. Not the greatest players, and they're not really going to do anything big this season. But yeah. And on to the last player of our team is Mohamed Diouf from Stoke City, who reached 10 or 11 goals last season. So yeah, hopefully he can get 10 plus goals this season, and yeah, hopefully Stoke can pull off an opening day victory against Liverpool. And now on to the opening fixtures. Here you can see Manchester United versus Tottenham. I'm thinking Manchester United will be able to pull out a win here. Bournemouth Aston Villa, with Bournemouth being newly promoted, and I think definitely hot favorites to get relegated. Even though they were the winners of the championship, I can't see them having enough resilience to pull off survival. So yeah, I think Aston Villa can pull off a win there. Everton Watford being a newly promoted team, I think Everton are going to pull off the win here. Leicester Sunderland, Leicester performing a dramatic escape last season, and I can see Leicester pulling off a win. I know Sunderland, especially with the likes of Jermaine Lens and Jermaine Defoe, I can still see Leicester pulling it off, especially having the confidence from a great escape last season. Norwich Crystal Palace, Norwich being the last of the three promoted teams. I think Crystal Palace can pull off the win here, even with Norwich having a relatively strong team. I can see Crystal Palace pulling it off with the likes of Yannick Bolasie and Wilfried Zaha. Next is Chelsea, kicking off their title defense at Swansea, at the Stamford Bridge, and yeah, I can see Chelsea pulling off a win with the likes of Eden Hazard and Cesc Fabregas and Diego Costa. Next is Arsenal versus West Ham. Arsenal looking to pull off a huge shock and win the title for the first time since the 2004-2005 season with the likes of Thierry Henry, Dennis Bergkamp, Patrick Vieira, and plenty of other good players that we all know about, Robert Pires and Freddie Ljungberg. But this season, they have the likes of Alexis Sanchez, who won't even play the first game, Danny Welbeck, who also is a doubt for the first game, but they do have the likes of Mesut Ozil, Santi Cazorla, and plenty of other good players. So yeah, I think they'll pull off a win there. Next game is Newcastle versus Southampton. I think should be an evenly matched game, with Newcastle making some high-profile signings with the likes of Jorginho Wijnaldum from PSV Eindhoven, who were the Eredivisie champions, and with the likes of Alexander Mitrovic from Anderlecht, who are a Belgian team. And with Southampton signing, I'm actually not even sure who they've signed this year. I know they've lost Nathaniel Klein and Morgan Schneiderlin, but yeah, I can see it being a pretty evenly contested game, and I'm going with a draw. And again, I apologize for not knowing who Southampton signed. I'm just drawing a blank right now. Next game is Stoke versus Liverpool. Thrashing Liverpool 6-1 in the last game of the season last year. I don't think we'll replicate 6-1, but hopefully you can pull off a win, especially being in some relatively good form in preseason. We did manage to lose to Brentford, but that was a bit of a hiccup in a otherwise decent preseason. So yeah, hopefully Stoke can pull off a win. If not, I'll take a draw. Next, West Brom versus Man City. Manchester City being the title champions 3 years ago, and are looking to pull it off again, though I don't think they'll be able to, even with the likes of Fabian Delph and Raheem Sterling. I can't see them being strong enough, especially at the likes of Chelsea, having a pretty much unchanged team. Anyways, so that's going to be it, and thank you guys for watching, and is anyone else pumped for the Premier League starting on August 8th? Because I am. Leave a like if you are. Like, favorite, subscribe, and check out Shawns' channel, BlockbusterPro, and check out my main channel, UP5140ST70M. I'm out. Peace.